Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel free-to-play account. This is a little bonus episode for you today. I was playing in the theme event, and I am playing Megalith, as you can see. And we had some crazy duels just in the first three duels that I had. So I wanted to show some off to you and talk about Megalith as a deck. So here I did not open up any of the high-level Megaliths that let you ritual summon the low-level Megaliths. Alright, this is not as complicated a deck as it can seem at times. The incantations are just for additional fodder for tribute. So we're going to go ahead, we can Pot of Prosperity, Pot of Extravagance, the same draw spells that we play in our normal deck. And we can dig in for a large Megalith. So the way Megaliths work is you have the level 8 Megaliths, the level 4 Megaliths, and the level 1 Megalith. So there's a light and a dark of each one. The first one we're going to be summoning is the level 4 light Megalith Ophiel. And Ophiel says, hold on. Basically, Ophiel searches a ritual monster, and then you have Haggith, who is the opposite of that, who searches a Megalith spell or trap. So each of the small Megaliths have the ability to ritual summon using themselves and any other card on the field or in the hand, I believe. And that is how you'll be able to chain the ritual summons together like that. Tributing Ben 10 as we did earlier lets us search the Manju and the Senju in the additional replays. And that on summon adds a ritual monster or spell from your deck to your hand. Senju is the older version of this card that adds just a ritual monster. So we searched the field spell with Haggith. The field spell lets you return a Megalith monster to your hand when you summon a Megalith monster. That can also proc off of the trap card, which I don't think we do today. Ooh, everything's going really fast. This is a crazy deck, and we'll have multiple replays to show you, what it does, and we'll go into each card individually. So all of the large Megaliths have the ability to discard themselves in order to ritual summon a lower level Megalith card, or any Megalith card actually. And then Phaleg, the one that's on the field now, has the ability that monsters you control gain 300 attack and defense for each ritual monster in your graveyard. This is what lets you achieve super high attack powers, super high defense powers, and it's also one of your ritual cards, basically. So in this duel I'm playing 2 copies, and the next 2 duels I actually am playing 3 copies of this, 3 copies of the other high level ones. So we're playing against vampires. I know they steal monsters. He did the ritual. He did the Xyz, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use Fool here to summon Bathor. Now Bathor is our other high level Megalith. You have the light and the dark, just like the lower level ones. And his ability is to pop cards on the field equal to the number of ritual monsters in your graveyards with different names. So you have to get a couple of each of them. So we had a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pops on that. The Thor can wipe the whole field. This was my favorite deck in Duel Links, and that's where a lot of these combos come from. But yeah, that's it for the first duel. Let's go into the second duel. Hopefully it'll be easier to tell you what's going on. Alright, and our second duel here is against Skull Servant. So we opened pretty good. Pot of Extravagance is awesome. Draw 2. Basically just a Pot of Greed in this deck. And we opened a large and a small. That's really all you need. And we opened Fool, which is amazing. So we're going to go ahead and play Megalith Unformed, which lets us ritual summon from our deck by tributing double the amount of materials. So we're going to summon a Fool from our deck, which has the ability to return a Megalith to the hand and copy its level. And then it has the ability to ritual summon from your hand or deck by tributing monsters from your hand or field, which is amazing. So we're going to tribute the Och, summon the Ophiel. Ophiel's going to search a ritual monster. Now we already have the Haggith, so we're going to go ahead and search Aeratron. Aeratron is our third high level, and it is actually a quick effect ritual summon from the hand. His on-field effect is kind of subpar, so you won't see it come up too much, though I think we summon him in this duel. So we're going to go ahead and summon the Haggith off of the Ophiel, grabbing Portal. Portal once again lets you grab a Megalith from your graveyard back to your hand when you ritual summon. So we're going to use Haggith to ritual summon out our Aeratron. Cool little cutscene. He looks so cool. He's not in Duel Links, so this is new to me, and so is Fool, but everything else was in there. Aeratron says, when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a card you control, quick effect, you can return a ritual monster from the graveyard back to your deck to negate the effect and destroy it. So we're going to go ahead and summon out a Megalith Fool and pass it over to him. Now Fool let us summon Thor on his turn, popping all these cards. Don't mind my dog. And so he's summoning Unizombie. He's going to try to target me, and that was a bad idea because we can negate it and destroy him. Now he's going to use Hand Destruction, which actually helps me out because now we have Tribute Fodder for the Thor that we're going to summon off of Fool. Now once again, Thor can pop so many cards in the field. It's one for each name that you have in the graveyard. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 pops right there. Alright, we summon the Thor. Pop up his cards. Grab Phalanx back from the graveyard. He's going to protect his monster. I don't know how these work, though I do know they all copy each other. They all have the same copied name. And this one gains 1,000 attack for each Skull Servant in the graveyard. So this is going to quickly turn into a big boy contest. You can see he's stacking the graveyard, Looks like he has to use 2 of them to summon one of these. Oh, and then that one returns it to the graveyard. So he's going to swing. Megalith Portal protects each ritual summoned monster the first time it would be destroyed by battle each turn. So our monster is not destroyed. And so he's going to get big. Really, really big. So we're going to have to counter that ourselves. So we use Fool to summon Ophiel from the deck, which will let us search and return a card from our graveyard. Now this is the resource loop for Megalith. You can see we're getting more and more cards, more and more monsters. That's the name of the game with this. Look at that. And that's what's called advantage, or tempo, when I have that many more cards than he does. So Ophiel's going to tribute with Haggith. Haggith is going to search for a Megalith Speller Trap, and we're actually going to grab the Unformed. This is going to let us do the double Phalanx summon. So we tribute, summon Och. We have to get the levels right. You can't do a 4 and an 8 to summon an 8, which is very confusing. So we have to use these to summon the Phalanx. Oh, and then we can actually just turn these to attack mode and go for it. So we do some damage. He's gonna banish a card from the graveyard to summon himself back, and we're just gonna attack again. He realizes he's losing one every time he does that, so he does not activate it on the next 2 destructions. So now it's his turn, and we do still have a live Thor. As long as you have Fool on the field and any amount of level 8 to tribute for it, you have it ready to go. As long as they're not all in the graveyard. Oh, we actually have all 3 Thors in the graveyard, so we cannot do the big pop. So he's going to Unizombie correctly this time, sending all types of cards to his graveyard. which seem to just keep sending more cards to the graveyard. He's going to summon his last King of the Skull Servants. Boost it up even more. Then these two are going to synchro summon into the Red Eyes Zombie Necro Dragon. Now he's attempting to go into the battle phase, so we're going to go ahead, tribute, and summon the second Phaleg, which is going to push our monsters way past the point of him being able to deal with them. So the War of Attrition was won. Alright, and for this last duel, we're going up against Sue Ships. I actually just saw a video on Sue Ships the other day, or yesterday, and so I barely know that they're an OTK deck. So I had actually chosen to go second this match, just because I like going second with this deck. But yeah, this should be quite interesting. So he's going to go ahead. He uses the CS Ascended Sage and one of his Sue Ships to go into Utopia and search the rank up magic, which is going to let him use his Utopia as material to summon this Utopic Dark Infinity, and it has an ability to special summon a monster if it gets destroyed in battle while he's on the field, but that's not gonna happen against us. So we're gonna use Pot of Prosperity, go ahead and dig 6 cards deep, looking for something to add to what we're doing. And we land on the Megalith Unformed. We go ahead, activate Aerotron. We're gonna sacrifice the Phaleg to summon the Ophiel. Ophiel's gonna search for the Haggith, and he's gonna get Bottomless Trap Hold. Now here's a fun thing you can do. Megalith Unformed is going to go ahead and summon a Fool from the deck using our Ophiel as material. So avoiding being banished and destroyed. So we go ahead and get to use it for some materials. So we get our Haggith. Fool can go ahead and summon... Oh, yeah. Fool can add the Phaleg back to the hand and copy its level. And then we summon Senju, add Bethor to the hand. Phaleg will then activate. We're gonna tribute the Senju to summon the Haggith. And then the Haggith will add the portal. And now we're gonna use the Fool for its ritual summon effect. Sacrificing Haggith to summon the Och. Activating the portal and grabbing our Aerotron. And that's all we're going to do for now. Now, Och has a quick effect ability to ritual summon, the same as the other small ones. But you can use this as well as the Fool to use the Bethor on their turn. So he's going to go ahead, reveal a card, summon the Sue Ship, summon another Sue Ship, and then I get to cheat and summon a rank 5, which he has a beautiful royal rare copy of this Gunkan Sue Ship. What is that called? Uniclass something or another that won't scroll. So he does some more. He's getting ready to summon another Xyz monster. He summons his last guy and we decide that's enough. So we're going to try to summon with the Fool. He decides to negate. Then we're going to Aerotron, activate quick effect to ritual summon. And we're actually going to use the Fool as material to summon the Bethor from our hand, which gets around the negate entirely. And then we can sacrifice the Och and summon an Ophiel just for a free search. And we get the card back from the graveyard, but before we do, we chain the Bethor to pop 5 cards, wipe it up, and add a Megalith to the hand. So yeah, surprisingly a ritual combo deck that is very effective. Grabbing the Phaleg, and that's a surrender. So yeah, those are just the first 3 duels that I had in the new exhibition. I'll be doing a few more. I won't be showing every single one of them, but any that are particularly cool, I guess I'll show you guys, or if I decide to build another free-to-play deck. This deck here, give you a quick little tour. The extra deck is almost completely useless. I didn't use it one time, as you saw. I go ahead, I run 3 Senju, 3 Manji for the normal summons, 3 Fool, 3 Ophiel, 3 Haggith. These are your mainstays. Och, I just bumped this up to 3 just because it's nice to have another summon from the deck with Fool. Ben 10's at 1, so we play 1, but Ben 10 can search all of these, and then all of these can search Ben 10, and when you tribute Ben 10, it'll search one of these. You can also add Ben 10 back to your hand in a few different ways to use it again and search again. You can summon these, use them as tribute fodder to summon any of the level 4s. The level 8s are the Phaleg at 3, Bethor at 3, Erachon at 3. This deck is extremely cheap. You get most of these cards for free just from doing the solo mode mission. The only ones you'll have to craft are the Erachon, which you 100% can get away with playing 2. I prioritize consistency, being this is a best of 1 game. I like to be able to play as often as possible. You know, every time I jump into the game, I want to be able to play. So that's also why we're playing the 3 Preparation of Rites. You just add a level 7 or lower ritual monster from your deck to your hand, which is any of these low level ones here, any of the Fool all the way up to the Ben 10. It's not once per turn. Not even a soft once per turn, so you can pop all 3 of them if you drew all 3, so no big deal. The extra I have from the Ultrageist deck, and any deck that doesn't run extra deck cards like this, or Ultrageist, or Eldritch, you can go ahead and get away with that. It's just a free draw 2. Pot of Prosperity is amazing. I'm really upset they limited this card, but that was Fluwandereeze, not this deck, obviously. 2 Portal is fine, usually only need 1, and then 3 Unformed to summon Fool from the deck with any level 4. Emergence is in here, just in case you do get another search with the Haggith. This lets you target any Megalith monster in your graveyard and special summon it in defense position, but place it in the bottom of the deck when it leaves the field. Now you can get around this downside by XC summoning with your Megaliths. I don't find a lot of value in that personally. I'd rather just use them. They can get returned to the bottom of the deck, and then you can summon them again with Fool. Though you can only target Megalith monsters that were properly ritual summoned from your graveyard. So typically your Ophiel or your Haggith are going to be properly summoned in the graveyard if you use them, so then you'll be able to revive them with Emergence. Other than that, yeah, that's the deck. This is doing me justice. You're going to want to go into these theme events just from those 3 duels I did. I earned 100, 200, 300, 400 gems, and there's tons more to earn here. And then even here in the missions, you can see this is all just from the 3 duels there. I got 20 missions cleared, claim 800 something gems. So yeah, always do these. Try to maximize how many gems you have. We'll be doing an opening before the next episode. So have a wonderful night, everybody, and see you next time.